Going to let people jump on over the next couple minutes. Matter of fact, I mean, since we're live, right, DJ Charles back there, man, we got to get you like a little, like some like a turntable back there for some like intro music. But people can come on anytime they want. Welcome, guys. Happy Thursday to all my real estate friends out there. Get ready because we're about to drop some knowledge. Today, what I'm going to be actually covering for you guys is the 7-step system for listing, presentation, domination. I've gotten a lot of requests about this over, probably over the last couple of years since we really started to blow up. And we have a system for listing presentation. So I want to break that down for you guys. As a matter of fact, this is going to be a 7-part series. So today I'm really just going to be covering the introduction of what the system actually looks like. So if you're a team leader out there, understand this is the system that not only I used when I went out and did listing presentations, but this is the same system that we teach, train, reinforcing each and every day with our salespeople. And if you're just a real estate agent out there looking to increase and grow your business, I understand this is something that you want to begin to implement right now because unfortunately the amateur agent goes out there, the ones that are working at big box brokerages, they go into a listing presentation almost completely blind. They do it the complete opposite way that professionals do it. They go out, most real estate agents have no professional sales training. They go into their real estate office, they do a bunch of cold calling and door knocking and open houses, and heck, even a blind mouse will find food. They get a listing presentation or they get a listing appointment and they go back to their office manager and broker and say, hey, I got a listing appointment tomorrow at 6. What do I do? What do I go with? And typical office manager and broker, which are people that usually never sold at a really high level, tell them, hey, pull up some comparable sales, do property profile, and go out there and sell them. Go out there and get that sale. Well, news alert. That's fake news. That doesn't work. You can't scale that. That is not how professionals do it. So today, I'm going to go through and break down the 7-step system. Now, just after this, do me a favor. Go to your calendars. Block out every Thursday from 12 to 12:30 and come join me right here live. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Come join me live as I break down this 7-part series. And if you guys aren't aware of this, every Thursday at 12 o'clock during your lunch break, you guys can hop on here and watch. We're going to be giving away free information every Thursday, 12 to 12:30, so you can enjoy me during your lunch break. All right, let's break this down real quick. For those of you on Instagram, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to follow this because right here on the whiteboard, but if you were on Facebook or YouTube, you're going to be able to see this. This is the 7-step system for when you go out to a listing presentation to have absolute total domination. So the first stage or the first step is bonding and rapport building. You got to know how to build a relationship with a consumer within the first 10 to 15 minutes. It's hard. It's not easy, but we're going to break down exactly how that works. And then once you've done that, and as you guys can see, there's arrows because you're not going to be bouncing back and forth between these stages. Once you've done that and you've built some bonding and rapport through our proprietary process, now you're going to go on to what's called TAQO. TAQO. And I learned this from one of my sales trainers way back when. It's time, appreciation, questions, and outcome. And essentially, that's what TAQO stands for. Time, appreciation, questions, and outcome. And that's where you're setting the stage for the rest of the meeting. That's when you're sitting down at the kitchen table and you're going over and verifying they have enough time to spend with you today. You're thanking them for their time and you're thanking them for the ability to be there with them. You let them know that you're going to ask them a series of questions to better understand their situation to make sure that you'd be the right fit to best serve them. And you want to confirm that they're going to be able to give you an answer today. They're going to confirm that you're going to confirm that they're going to give you a yes or they're going to give you a no. Because what you're essentially trying to do is take, I'll think about it off the table. You don't want to have that. You want to be able to get a definitive yes or no. And that's what TAQO stands for, TAQO. Now, once you've done that, you're going to move to stage 3, which is understanding the why. Understanding the why. You can't do anything without understanding a person's why. This is something that I would say over 50% of salespeople, if not greater, they just don't understand. They don't know. And that's really what sets them behind everybody else. People do something like buying and selling real estate for usually one of 2 reasons. It's to avoid pain or to move closer to pleasure. Let me repeat that again. People usually buy and sell real estate because they want to avoid pain or they want to move closer to pleasure. You guys are the ones who have to figure that out. You've got to uncover and go really deep, 3 levels deep as a matter of fact, to find the emotion behind the move. Are they trying to avoid pain because there's some kind of pain in their life right now, or are they trying to move closer to pleasure? And when you start to uncover what that motivation is, understand you can't create motivation where motivation doesn't exist. You got to uncover it. And that's the why section. Those questions help you better understand the why behind the purchase or sale. Stage number 4 is their budget. You have to understand the finances of either the purchase or the sale. Are they trying to net a certain price? Are they trying to net a certain size check? And if so, why? Why are they trying to get that check size to be $200,000? What's important to them about getting that size check? Or, why are they trying to keep the payment on their new home at $2,000? Why is that so important? And maybe you start to uncover that they have 2,000 set in their head, but the number's wrong because they're not understanding, taxes and insurance, or, you start to see that 200,000 is what they think they need to be able to move into their new house. What if there are, new homes for them that don't require that much down payment? Would that be a better fit? So you got to uncover the budget, and that's going to be really important, the intellectual phase of this process. So then you go and move on to the next step. Once you've understood their why, like the emotion behind the purchase or sale, then you understand their finances. Now you have to better understand their decision-making process. As a buyer, as a seller, as a family, how do they make decisions? Do they need to pray on this? Do they just need to make sure that they're getting the size check they want to receive at closing? What is their decision-making process? Or if they're a buyer, are they buying the home with someone else? Maybe you've uncovered that earlier on. Does that person need to walk through the home with them? I always say when going out with home buyers, if they're going to be getting a co-signer, like maybe mom or dad or their uncle or their aunt, that's great. A lot of first-time home buyers need that. But are they part of the decision-making process? Because they're co-signing, do they want to come out and see the home? Do they have a say in the home that the buyer's purchasing? Or maybe mom and dad have a say at the price they should sell for. You need to better understand this decision-making process. And another great one for buyers and sellers. Hey, if I got you an offer tomorrow on your home at the price that you want, would you accept it without it ever going onto the market? That's an important question. Or if it's a buyer, hey, if we go out and look at a home today, would you be prepared to make an offer? No, I wouldn't. Got to understand why. Got to understand why. And see, this is really important because this is the beginning over here. Bonding rapport and TAQO, that's the beginning of your time together during the meeting. So right here, this is the beginning stages. Right here in the middle, this is your fact finding. This is your fact finding. I almost call this intro. This is your fact finding process. Fact finding. This is where you're uncovering all the facts behind the buyer or seller. You're uncovering, why they want to move, their finances, their decision-making process. And it's after a decision-making process, before you make the leap into presentation, that you think to yourself, is this someone that I want to commit to? Is this someone that I want to commit to helping buy a home or sell their home? Is this my ideal client? Is this my avatar? And if it is, that's when you go over here to presentation. And that's when you actually pull one of these bad boys out. For home buyers here, my local team, this is what we use for home buyers. For sellers, this is what we use as our worry-free listing brochure. And this is actually where you go through and present to them. You present your system, you present your plan, why they should do business with you over doing business with any other real estate agent, or even trying to sell their home by themselves, or looking for a home by themselves, such as on the big property search websites, why they should do business with you. And that's all value-based. Going back to what we talked about, going into a listing, the amateur agent goes with comparable sales and a property profile. Professional agents go with value. And this whole listing presentation right here, this is all value-based. Everything my team members need are right here. This is about 18, 19 pages long. It's all about why do business with us, all the value back to them. And you can even see on the back, like we bullet point that value. So we never forget 5 key unique selling propositions. Now inside of this is even pasted, so I can't really open it because it's got our intake form for listings. It's got even the questions you want to go over, the certificates that you want to give to them, the guarantees that you're making. Everything you need is right here in the listing presentation, the worry-free listing presentation, as a matter of fact. And then once you're done with that, then you finally move on to the close. Now, during this process of presentations, you're going to have tie downs, you're going to have soft closes, you're going to move them along the way. So by the time you get to the end of that brochure, they have a clear understanding of the value they bring, the value you bring, and they are pretty much already agreeing with you. You're the person that I want to do business with. Then you move into step number 7, the only close that you'll ever need. It's the only close that I've taught the agents on my team, whether working with buyers or sellers. It's the only close that they'll ever need. And that's stage number 7, or step number 7 of our 7-step process. So you can see over here, this is all presentation, closing, and signed agreements, which is what we all love. We have a new client now. So you can see, you could call it stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, but each stage has at least 2 to 3 steps in it. 2 steps in stage 1, 3 steps in stage 2, and 2 steps in stage 3. But this presentation right here, or this system is designed so you never miss anything. So at the beginning, you and the seller on a clear foundation, or a firm foundation, I should say, so you guys are both on the same page. Then people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's where you go into the question asking phase. You get better understanding of their situation, what's important to them. And this is going to show your sellers a lot, because this is also going to tell you what to highlight tremendously during your presentation phase. What if the seller doesn't care about marketing? What if all they care about is that you bring them a buyer in the next 7 days? Well, during your if you weren't asking those questions and listening, you go in like a standard agent, you go to presentation mode, and you just show marketing after marketing after marketing, all the things that you're going to do to get them the highest price possible. And that's not important to the seller. Well, what's the point? What is the point there? You've totally missed the mark, and they don't want to do business with you. I'm going to come in and swipe it right behind you because I've uncovered what's really important. And during my presentation phase, I highlighted that. I focused on that. That was the area that I'm going to stick right here. I'm going to talk about the instant offer program and getting you an offer in 7 days and closing in your time frame. That's what I'm going to highlight right there. And then they have to do business with me. They have to do business with me because I've sold them the way that they want to be sold. So anyway, this is that 7-step overview and what we're going to do over the next 7 weeks. That's right, 7 weeks. This will take us right before Thanksgiving, as a matter of fact. We are going to break down each and every step. So next week, same bat time, same bat channel, we're going to be breaking down bonding and rapport. And I'm going to be going over FROG, how to actually build bonding and rapport with a home seller through the home tour in the acronym I call FROG, and that's family, recreation, occupation, and goals. So make sure you set your calendars Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys show up right here, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Live, as I break down this system. Next week, bonding and rapport. All right, gang, we've been on this for about 20 minutes now. I'm going to let you go because next week we're going to be hitting it hard. We're going to have a full session all about bonding and rapport. But once again, I'm going to reiterate the 7-step system for ultimate listing domination. Step number 1, bonding and rapport. Step number 2, TAQO, T-A-Q-O. Time, appreciation, questions, and outcome. Step number 3, the why, the pain point. Are they moving away from pain or moving towards pleasure? Number 4, we've got the budget and the finances of the actual purchase and sale. Number 5, the decision-making process, how this buyer or seller, or in this case, how the seller is going to make a decision on the sale of their home. And if they're a buyer, also, if they're buying another home, how they're going to make a decision on buying that next home. Step number 6 is all about the presentation. And we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And step number 7, the only close that you'll ever need for a listing presentation. So hopefully you guys found some value today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on your lunchtime. I'm going to let you guys get back to eating. But by the way, in the comment section, check out the link for the Real Estate Dojo. That's a private group with like-minded real estate agents. We're all in there. We're collaborating. We're sharing value. If you'd like, click it and just go ahead and join. I think you're going to find it extremely valuable. And once again, thank you guys for hanging out with me today on your lunch break. This is Blake Corey signing off. Have a great rest of your week, everybody.